The eagle was designed by the Creator to live where the air is thin, to dwell in the heights where no ordinary bird dares to fly. Its very nature is to see far beyond what others perceive. The eagle does not panic when clouds gather or when the wind grows fierce. It spreads its wings wider. The same storm that grounds other birds becomes the very lift that carries it upward. You see, success never bows to comfort. It is not born in calm weather, but in storms. Vision is tested when the winds blow hardest. The eagle teaches us that storms are not signs of failure, but invitations to rise higher. Look at the eyes of an eagle, sharp, fixed, unwavering. While others are distracted, it remains focused. It can spot its prey miles away and never loses sight until it captures it. That's what successful people do. They fix their minds on purpose and refuse to be swayed by noise. The secret of vision is focus, the discipline to see only what matters and to ignore what doesn't. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they are distracted. They look at too many things at once. They change direction with every opinion. But those who rise above, who live like eagles, are those who stay locked in on the target until destiny bows to their persistence. Vision gives birth to direction. Without it, life becomes motion without meaning, movement without progress. Many people are busy but not productive because they lack clarity. They run fast but in circles. The eagle doesn't fly randomly. Every wing beat has purpose. It knows where it's going. It knows what it's pursuing. That's what vision does. It simplifies your life. It makes you say no to good things so you can say yes to the right thing. A man or woman of vision cannot be easily manipulated because when you know where you're headed, distractions lose their power. The eagle also knows the power of renewal. When its feathers grow heavy, when its strength begins to fade, it doesn't accept decay as destiny. It flies to a high place, plucks out the old feathers, and waits until new ones grow. It isolates itself to be renewed. There's a lesson there. Success demands seasons of renewal. You cannot keep pouring out without pulling away. Even visionaries must retreat to refresh their strength. Many burn out not because their dream was wrong, but because they never learned the rhythm of renewal. The eagle teaches us that it's not enough to rise high. You must also know when to rest and rebuild. But vision alone is not enough. You can see the promised land and still die in the wilderness if you lack courage. That's why the lion steps onto the stage of wisdom. The lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle, nor the strongest, nor the swiftest, yet every creature respects its presence. The lion carries an invisible authority. It walks with the confidence of a king, not because of size, but because of mindset. Success is 80% attitude and 20% skill. If your thinking is small, your achievements will be limited. The lion doesn't need to prove it's the king. It simply acts like one. And because it believes it's the king, everything around it responds to that belief. Courage is not a feeling, it's a decision. The lion faces what others flee. When fear whispers, you can't. Courage shouts, watch me. The lion's roar shakes the volume, but because of what it represents, confidence, authority, power. The moment the lion roars, order returns. That's what courage does in life. It silences confusion and commands attention. When you move in courage, you send a message to the world and to your fears that you refuse to retreat. Success follows those who dare to roar in the face of impossibility. Every dream demands a roar. There comes a point where you must stop waiting for permission and act. The lion doesn't wait for approval from the herd. It moves when instinct says move. Many never reach their destiny because they're waiting for conditions to be perfect. But courage acts in imperfection. Courage moves while trembling. The lion doesn't need the path to be clear. It creates its own. And once it decides, it doesn't look back. That's how conquerors think. That's how leaders emerge. The lion also understands territory. It knows its domain and defends it fiercely. You can't walk into its space without permission. Likewise, successful people guard their territory, their mind, their time, their relationships, their peace. They know that not every voice deserves access. Not every opportunity deserves attention. Courage helps you establish boundaries because when you know who you are, you don't let others define your worth. The lion never compares itself with the cheetah or the elephant. It remains confident in its own identity. Comparison kills courage. Confidence fuels it. The eagle and the lion represent two halves of the same truth. The eagle teaches you how to see. The lion teaches you how to act. Vision without courage is daydreaming. Courage without vision is destruction. You must carry both to succeed. The eagle says, see it before it happens. The lion says, do it until it happens. The eagle gives birth to inspiration. The lion gives birth to manifestation. Together they form the divine equation of success. If you study the patterns of greatness throughout history, you'll find these two forces in every achiever. The scientist who sees a discovery before anyone else is an eagle. The one who dares to pursue it despite mockery is a lion. The entrepreneur who dreams of transforming an industry is an eagle. The one who risks failure and fights through fear is a lion. The visionary leader who sees a nation's future is an eagle. The reformer who faces opposition to build that nation is a lion. Vision gives sight to destiny. Courage gives it strength. Vision makes you a dreamer, but courage makes you a doer. Many have great ideas that never become reality because fear locks them in imagination. The eagle in them can see the future, but the lion in them is asleep. It's time to awaken the lion within. You can't just watch from the mountaintop. You must step into the field. The moment you act, your roar announces your arrival. The jungle doesn't make room for quiet hearts. It responds to those who move with conviction. Courage is contagious. When one lion roars, others rise. When one person steps out in boldness, others find their strength. That's why your courage matters. You are not just fighting for yourself, you're awakening others to fight too. Every time you overcome fear, you become a beacon for someone else trapped by it. Courage is leadership in motion. And yet, courage without vision can become reckless. The lion must learn from the eagle. You can't just charge without seeing where you're going. You must rise above emotions and see from divine perspective. The eagle doesn't chase every moving object. It waits for the right moment. Patience is part of vision. It's not about moving fast. It's about moving in alignment. Timing is everything. The eagle teaches restraint. The lion teaches release. One says, wait until you see it clearly. The other says, know that you see it, go after it fully. Together they form perfect balance. Look at the way the eagle nurtures its young. It stirs the nest, removing comfort to force the eaglets to fly. That's how destiny works. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Sometimes life will remove your safety nets to awaken your wings. Don't curse the shaking, it's training. The eagle pushes its young until they realize they were born to soar. Vision stretches you beyond where you've been because you were never meant to crawl when you have wings. The lion too trains its cubs to hunt. It doesn't feed them forever. It lets them chase, fail and learn. That's courage training. You can't develop boldness by staying safe. Every roar begins as a whisper of uncertainty. Every conqueror starts unsure. But as you keep moving, courage grows stronger. The more you act, the louder your roar becomes. Failure doesn't kill courage. Quitting does. The lion never quits. If it misses the hunt, it tries again and again. That persistence is what separates rulers from runners. Vision defines the dream. Courage defines the journey. Vision gives you purpose. Courage gives you endurance. The eagle and the lion teach that success isn't an event. It's a lifestyle. It's waking up every day with eyes lifted and heart strong. It's seeing beyond the immediate and acting in faith even when the outcome is uncertain. That's where champions are made, in the tension between vision and courage. The problem with many people today is that they want success without responsibility, power without preparation, visibility without vision. But the eagle never rises until it has learned to navigate the winds. The lion never rules until it has learned to fight. Greatness must be earned in hidden places before it's displayed in public ones. The eagle learns in solitude. The lion learns in struggle. Both understand that what you become in private determines how you reign in public. There is something divine in both creatures. The eagle represents heaven's perspective, seeing as God sees, understanding purpose from above. The lion represents heaven's authority, walking in dominion on the earth. Together they symbolize the divine design for humanity to live with vision and to rule with courage. When you combine divine insight with divine boldness, you become unstoppable. Every time fear tells you to give up, remember the lion. Every time doubt clouds your sight, remember the eagle. Every storm that seems to threaten your progress is only there to lift you higher. Every roar of opposition is an invitation to roar louder. Success is not for those who avoid the storm, but for those who learn to fly in it. The eagle doesn't waste energy fighting the wind, it aligns with it. You must learn to turn opposition into opportunity. Every obstacle is raw material for your next level. Every delay is preparing you for endurance. The eagle doesn't rush the process, it trusts it. It knows that strength is developed in waiting. Likewise, you must trust that divine timing will carry you to where you need to be. Courage, too, is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. The lion feels fear, but moves anyway. Courage grows when you act in the face of uncertainty. Fear is a sign that you are approaching something significant. The greater the fear, the greater the calling. The lion doesn't let fear paralyze it, lets fear propel it. That's the difference between those who lead and those who follow. And remember, both the eagle and the lion are leaders by nature, not because they were chosen, but because they chose themselves. Leadership begins with choice, the choice to rise when others stay low, to act when others hesitate, to believe when others doubt. You were never designed to live small. You carry within you the wings of the eagle and the heart of the lion. You were built to see far and fight strong. You were meant to walk with authority and to live with vision. The eagle teaches that what you see determines what you reach. The lion teaches that what you believe determines what you achieve. When you combine the two, your life becomes a testimony of divine excellence. You stop surviving and start thriving. You stop following the crowd and start setting the pace. You stop fearing the storm and start using it. This is the mindset of those who win. They're visionary enough to dream and courageous enough to act. They are not confined by their circumstances, but guided by their purpose. They live with eyes lifted like eagles and hearts roaring like lions. And because of that, success cannot ignore them. Success is not a mystery, it is a pattern. It leaves clues in nature, in behavior, in divine design. And among all the lessons creation offers, the eagle and the lion stand as two of the greatest teachers. The eagle represents vision, the power to see beyond the horizon, beyond the moment, beyond limitation. The lion represents courage, the heart to move, to act, to confront what others fear. One soars above, one walks with authority below, but together they form the balance of dominion. To live with dominion, you must see like the eagle and move like the lion. The eagle doesn't live in flocks. It soars alone. There's a message in that. When your vision expands, your crowd will shrink. The higher you go, the fewer voices you hear, and that's necessary. You cannot carry everyone into destiny. Eagles fly at heights where ordinary birds suffocate. If you try to please everyone, you'll never rise. Vision will always require separation. The higher you climb, the quieter it becomes. That silence isn't loneliness, it's focus. The eagle teaches you that separation is preparation. You cannot fulfill divine vision surrounded by noise. Learn to value solitude. That's where clarity lies. Visionaries are misunderstood because they see what others don't. When an eagle looks at the horizon, it sees food where others see distance. Likewise, when a visionary looks at chaos, they see opportunity. That's why you must protect your sight. Don't let people who live in the branches define your destiny in the clouds. The eagle's eyes are designed for altitude. The chicken's eyes are designed for the ground. Don't expect understanding from those who were never built to fly. Your perspective determines your possibilities. The eagle also teaches patience. It doesn't rush. It waits for the wind to rise, for the perfect current to lift it. Visionaries understand timing. You can have the right dream at the wrong time and fail. Every eagle knows when to spread its wings. It knows when to wait and when to soar. That's wisdom. Many people destroy divine opportunities because they move without discernment. Vision without timing leads to frustration. The eagle's strength is not in its speed, but in its stillness before the flight. It waits until the moment is right, and then effortlessly it rises. There is something majestic about how the eagle faces storms. While other birds flee, it flies into the heart of the wind. It uses the turbulence to ascend. That's how vision works. Adversity becomes your elevator. The same pressure that breaks others lifts you. Success is not the absence of struggle. It's the mastery of it. The eagle doesn't curse the storm. It celebrates it because it knows that higher winds bring higher heights. In every storm of life, there is a hidden lift waiting to carry you above the clouds. The question is, will you flee or will you fly? Now look at the lion. Where the eagle dominates the sky, the lion rules the ground. The lion represents dominion in motion. Its courage is not loud for display. It's a silent confidence that commands respect. When the lion walks, everything around it becomes aware. Courage carries presence. You don't have to shout when you know who you are. You simply move with authority, and the world adjusts. The lion does not fear confrontation. It doesn't avoid challenges. It understands that power grows through resistance. Every hunt trains its strength. Every fight sharpens its instinct. Likewise, your courage will grow through what you face, not through what you avoid. Many people pray for strength, but run from the battles that produce it. The lion knows better. It doesn't see the hunt as hardship, but as opportunity. Every time it rises to chase, it declares, I was built for this. That is the language of the courageous, faith that faces. Courage is not natural confidence, it is developed conviction. The lion's roar is not arrogance, it's awareness. It roars to announce, I am here. Your purpose needs that same announcement. Sometimes life waits for you to roar. Until you do, doors remain closed. Opportunities stay still. The universe responds to boldness. Fear will whisper, stay small. Courage answers, I was not made for cages. The lion breaks limitation by refusing to act small in a large calling. The lion walks in dominion because it believes it was born to lead. Leadership is a mindset before it is a position. The lion doesn't need a crown to act like a king. That's the difference between those who wish and those who rule. You cannot wait for someone to validate your greatness. You must walk in it first, and recognition will follow. The lion's confidence comes from identity. It doesn't compare. It doesn't imitate. It doesn't apologize. It simply is. That's courage to live authentically, unshaken by opinion. But even the lion learns through process. Before it becomes a king, it must survive the wild. It must hunt, defend, lose, and rise again. Every failure teaches strategy. Every wound builds resilience. Courage isn't born in victory. It's refined in defeat. The lion that roars loudest has often fought the hardest. So, when life tests you, don't shrink. Every trial is training for your throne. You can't reign without scars. The lion also teaches unity. When it hunts with the pride, it understands timing and teamwork. Success requires the courage to trust others without losing individuality. The lion knows that while it is powerful alone, it is unstoppable together. Vision will connect you with others who roar in your rhythm. Protect that circle. Surround yourself with those who remind you who you are when fear tries to silence you. The eagle and the lion complement each other in divine rhythm. The eagle sees what's coming, the lion moves toward it. The eagle strategizes, the lion executes. Vision gives birth to purpose. Courage brings purpose to life. You cannot have one without the other. You may see your future clearly, but if you lack the heart to pursue it, it will remain a dream. You may have courage to act, but without direction, your energy is wasted. True success is born when sight meets strength, when perception meets passion. Imagine if you lived with both, the sharp vision of the eagle and the fearless heart of the lion. You would no longer be reactive, you would be proactive. You would stop asking, what if I fail? And start saying, What if I fly? You would stop worrying about storms and start using them as launch pads. You would stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. That is the mindset of champions. The eagle and the lion also share a deep truth. Both are misunderstood by the ordinary. The eagle's altitude is lonely. The lion's authority is challenged. That's how life works. The higher you rise, the more criticism you attract. Don't let that discourage you. Critics are proof that you're above the crowd. The eagle never descends to argue with crows. It flies higher until the noise disappears. The lion never explains its roar. It simply moves forward. Success is not in convincing others. It's in fulfilling purpose. Your environment must match your destiny. Eagles don't build nests in low trees. Lions don't live in cages. If you want to succeed, stop living in spaces that limit you. Surround yourself with air that challenges you to fly and with company that reminds you to roar. Mediocrity will always invite you to comfort, but destiny calls you to courage. You cannot soar among sparrows or reign among sheep. The company you keep determines the confidence you carry. Vision will require sacrifice. Courage will require pain. The eagle must face altitude sickness before it adjusts to new heights. The lion must endure hunger before mastering the hunt. You cannot grow without discomfort. Success demands stretching. Every time you step beyond the familiar, you activate new strength. The eagle and the lion thrive in conditions others escape. That's the mark of leaders. They run toward what others run from. Vision will test your patience. Courage will test your endurance. You will face seasons where the sky is silent and you wonder if your wings still work. You'll face nights where the roar echoes but no answer comes. In those moments, remember, the eagle still flies even when unseen, and the lion still hunts even when hungry. Persistence is the bridge between vision and victory. The lion wakes each morning with one mission: to pursue. The eagle wakes with one mission: to rise. Success is a daily decision, not a one-time event. Every sunrise asks you the same question: will you see beyond or settle below? Will you move with courage or hide in fear? The choice determines your altitude and your authority. The eagle and the lion also symbolize renewal. The eagle molts to regain strength. The lion rests after battle to heal. Renewal is not weakness, it's wisdom. Even the strongest must pause to recover. The most visionary must retreat to regain focus. Don't mistake rest for retreat. The eagle doesn't quit when it hides. It's preparing for another flight. The lion doesn't lose power when it lies down, it's regaining it. There's strength in stillness, and only those who understand this rhythm sustain greatness. The eagle teaches you to lift your eyes. The lion teaches you to lift your heart. The eagle says, see clearly. The lion says, move boldly. Together they create unstoppable momentum. You begin to live with divine rhythm, sight guiding steps, courage fueling flight. You become both seer and warrior, visionary and conqueror. The eagle gives you clarity, the lion gives you conquest. To live like an eagle and a lion is to refuse mediocrity. It's to see life not as it is, but as it could be. It's to refuse fear, to embrace responsibility, to move with faith even when the path is invisible. It's to believe that the winds of resistance were designed to elevate you. It's to roar when the world expects you to whisper. The eagle and the lion live from instinct, but you have something greater, divine purpose. You were created to dominate, to innovate, to illuminate. You were designed to reflect the Creator's excellence through vision and courage. That's why your spirit stirs when you see greatness. It's a reminder of what you carry. Every time you choose faith over fear, you're living like a lion. Every time you dream beyond what you can see, you're living like an eagle. Every act of bravery, every step into the unknown, every decision to rise again when others quit, those are the moments you embody both. You become a reflection of power and purpose united. When the eagle soars, the sky acknowledges it. When the lion roars, the jungle listens. When you live with vision and courage, the world will respond. Doors open, opportunities align, and heaven backs your movement. Because vision and courage are not just natural traits, they are divine principles. And when you live by them, success becomes not a pursuit, but a product of who you are. Success was never meant for the timid. It was designed for those who dare to see like the eagle and act like the lion. The sky belongs to those who believe they can soar. The earth belongs to those who believe they can rule. Vision lifts you above limits, and courage pushes you through fear. When the two unite, mountains move, storms blow, and destiny opens its gates. You were never called to crawl when you have wings. You were never meant to hide when you were born to roar. The world doesn't need another voice of doubt. It needs the sound of your faith. Let your eyes stay fixed on purpose, and let your heart stay fearless in pursuit. See it, believe it, declare it, and act on it. The spirit of the eagle will keep you focused. The spirit of the lion will keep you fierce, because success is not found in the safety of the ground. It is found in the flight of the fearless. And when you finally rise with vision in your eyes and courage in your soul, nothing in heaven or on earth will be able to stop you.